Hello, my name is Dorcas Wanjiku. I do work for Kenya Building Workers Union as a branch secretary. I'm here to talk about importance of engaging IFIs. International institution, it's organizations that gives money to companies so that they be able to go on with the projects. For example, we have World Bank, we have Islamic Development, we have Asian Development, we have African Development Bank. The reason why we should engage IFIs, one thing is because when they fund those companies, we get more for our employees, because we came to learn that when a company is being funded by IFIs, they got a contract with the IFIs. And within those contracts, we have terms and conditions of our employees. For example, we had one company that was funded by African Development Bank. The company that was funded by African Development Bank was not cooperating with the union about the rights of workers. So we decided to contact the World Bank. When we contacted the World Bank, they responded to us and they contacted the main contractor. When they contacted the main contractor, we were able to be given a meeting with them, and when we met with them, we were able to talk, and our employees were already given what they needed, their rights. So that's one reason why we should engage IFIs. Another reason why IFIs is good to engage them, they promote economic in those countries, and those projects are being able to be constructed. For example, in our country, so many projects are funded by IFIs, as I said there before. And because sometimes the government doesn't have money, but when they are funded, we are being able to go ahead to the developing countries like Kenya. Another thing with IFIs is they promote integrations, and we are able to connect countries. And like in East Africa, we had a research. It was done by East African countries. And when we were doing that research, we were able to see that in those all East African countries, all funded projects, all employees also got their rights. That's another thing about IFIs. It's like a question I want to put to the other countries, whether they do engage the IFIs when they have a problem. Because we can tell them, by engaging IFIs directly, you'll be able to help your employees. And one thing is, when you go to internet, you'll find the details there, like emails, and when you write to them, you also be able to contact them, and you'll be able to engage them. As I said there before, when we were engaging the African Development Bank, BWI did play a very big role, because we had a meeting in Kenya, and they invited one of the managing directors of African Development to our country, and she came in our country. She told us the procedure. One procedure was, before you engage them, you have to go to the field and you talk to your employees directly. They don't like you go to them with something that is not real. They need evidences. So when you go to your employees, you have to talk to them and see whether what they are telling you is correct. For example, a PPE it's their right to have. You have to go to the field and see whether they have those PPEs. And if they don't have, you take a picture. It's a very good example to show the IFIs whether it's true or false. Another thing is, you should train your employees what is their right, because some of them, they don't know their rights. So when you talk to them and know their rights, you will be able to help them more. And when you are collecting the evidences, there are some things you cannot collect the evidences about their salaries, because some of them, they cannot give you the pay slip. So you have to work hand in hand with the management so that you can get the information, and you as a union, you know how to engage the management you don't go there by force. You go with them, with the empress. If they don't cooperate, that is when you engage the IFIs, because they don't like, you go to them without having a real information to them. That's how we have engaged the IFIs. Another thing that I could add about the IFIs is in other countries, we have read about they have their own IFIs, and when they go all over the world, it's not specific, it's African Development Bank, it's specific country. They go to most of the countries. So what I could tell my other unions from different countries is to go to the internet and know more about them. And how to know about the IFIs, whether they are funding your project, you go and Google and see whether that project is funded by who. That is how you're able to contact them. Thank you very much. That's how I know about IFIs. If you have a question, you can ask me so that I will be able to talk to you more. Thank you.